Well, here I am, star student, and I had to pick a star teacher. And so I was thinking back about high school and how things went and who helped me get where I am and who helped me with all the things that I've done. And so I go through all my teachers, and I think a lot about Rebecca, Miss Rebecca Dickens, because she had me in 9th grade for honors biology. She's an excellent honors biology. But also, she is the coordinator for the AP program and gifted in general, right? Basically, she does a whole lot more than anyone should have to. And so she has helped me out a lot. She's the person who got me in touch with the Youth Senate folks. Because of her hooking me up with that scholarship opportunity, I get $5,000 for college, and I'm going to go March 6th through the 13th up to Washington to listen to a bunch of folks talk and meet some folks.
Well, I had the pleasure of meeting Jeremiah when he was in the 4th grade in Scholars Camp, and then again, as he said, in honors biology in 9th grade. And I've always been impressed with Jeremiah's just love for learning, his inquisitive nature, and the way that he will just devour any subject that he's interested in, if he's interested in it. And I feel very honored that Jeremiah picked me from the wonderful group of teachers that have taught him. And I just feel very honored, and I appreciate it. I'm very proud of him, and I look forward to hearing more about his bright future in the future.
My first year at Southeast, I was in a way your typical freshman, but in a way I wasn't your typical freshman. While most were looking for the social high school experience they'd heard about and seen on TV, I was looking for a challenge, and I found it. I was blessed to have class with my star teacher, Miss Emily Dunn, my first semester at Southeast. In her class, my interest was piqued, my crave for challenge was satisfied, and my work ethic was tested. I remember staying up till 2 one morning and then getting up again at 5 to try to finish reading for a class during Cross Country Season 2. We were reading the Iliad, and I was trying to find all the extended metaphors and similes. And don't even get me started on the scarlet ibis or the symbolism of numbers. To this day, my favorite number is still 21, a mixture of mystery and perfection. I think I learned more in that class than I've ever learned. But everything I learned in that class was just a starting point. I gained not only knowledge, but a sort of academic independence that has allowed me to survive and thrive in most every class I've had since then.
I couldn't figure out what Cassie would do because she was so phenomenal across the board. She really impressed me from day one, which is very hard because freshmen come to my class and they're scared for 6 solid weeks. But Cassie took everything that I threw at her and not only learned it for the test, but learned it for life. Learned it to apply everywhere she was going.
Miss Brickman was my 11th grade AP US history teacher. Even before I had her class, I heard this rumor that has been in circulation through years and years of AP US history students that she was a CIA agent. Which is kind of believable since she has all sorts of personal stories that make you wonder. Like during our World War II unit, she told us about someone who asked her to smuggle them out of Germany, and that she had a very difficult decision to make. But if anybody ever makes reference to the CIA theory, she just smiles and continues teaching. This one time she said we could sleep well knowing that since she'd been born in Japan that she could never be president, but that was okay since she would supersede that and become Supreme Commander of the world. And she does this mean security impression from Bon Qui. But more seriously, I never really had a strong affinity for history until I had her, which sounds cliche, but she has this way of teaching that makes you want to ask questions and answer questions and do all your homework and do really well on the tests.
Katarina is, oh gosh, the student of perfection. Nothing is left undone, nothing is left to chance. Even the most mundane homework assignment is done in just perfection. And she always amazed me with her work and her ability to have everything done so well and completely. But it was the end of the year, our junior years, when we spent together. And she showed me not a history assignment, but a Spanish assignment. Remember that book? Oh my heavens. This book, she must have spent 200 hours on it. It was she had to create a children's book. It was written in Spanish, and there were all of these pop-ups and little gizmo things to illustrate the book. It was incredible, the amount of time and attention she put to that. I mean, I always knew she was a gifted history student. I loved her in the class. She was always one to push the rest of the class a little bit farther. But then this was such a wonderful display of her technical ability. And it just was like icing on the cake. And here she was, just such a great history student, and now this made her a perfect all-around student. So,
he's just one of the greatest teachers I've had, because he never fails to tell me or any other student that he always has faith or belief in us that we can do just about anything. His class, I love it because he doesn't create any bound. He lets your mind go. He lets you express your opinion no matter what it is. He asks you questions. He always tells you to ask questions, so just take anything for what it is. And that's helped me a lot. And in his class, I think I've grown the most. My writing has improved a lot, and figured out I can actually write poems.
She's a very quiet young lady, and quite frankly, I wasn't all that aware of just exactly how in my class she was until about halfway through the semester, the first time she was in my class. And I realized that she was not just soaking up everything that I was trying to teach the class, but she was helping the other students learn also, which that speaks quite a bit about any student. That they're not just interested in themselves, they're interested in everybody around them.
One of my defining moments came early in my high school career. I was making good grades when others in my class were struggling. I was in that place where I had to decide if I was going to continue to strive for excellence or just blend in with the crowd. The temptation to just blend in was huge. We were working through an online writing curriculum that was challenging. I had reached a new level of success and was proud of myself, but I had also learned that I needed to keep my success to myself. I told my grades to my English teacher. She gave me a high five and told me to keep it up. Then she leaned in and whispered in my ear, "No matter what anyone else is doing." That word of encouragement gave me the strength to strive for excellence. That English teacher is here with me today, and it's my privilege to name her as my star teacher. This is Bonnie McKinney.
Catherine Green is a multifarious student. She excels not only in the classroom, English, of course. They say she's pretty good in math and science. I guess that's why she's going to Georgia Tech. She could teach me a few things in those subjects. But she also excels in all other areas. She's a star athlete, exhibiting her skills in basketball, volleyball, and soccer. Catherine participates in multiple clubs, school programs, and church activities.